All right, let's talk about one of the biggest shifts happening in business tech right now, the rise of the AI agent. And look, this isn't just another buzzword, this is a fundamental change in how work actually gets done.
So, what if you could actually hire a digital workforce that runs 24/7? And I'm not talking about chatbots here. We're talking about autonomous, goal-driven systems that do more than just answer questions. They can plan, they can execute really complex multi-step tasks, and they even learn from the results, all to hit a single goal that you set for them. That's the huge promise we're digging into.
And that really gets us to the core of what an AI agent is. It's not just a reactive chatbot that sits there waiting for you to type something. No, you got to think of it more like a proactive digital worker. It's got an LLM for a brain, and you can give it a high-level goal, and it will figure out the entire workflow to get it done. It's a doer, not just a talker.
And let's be really clear here. This is not some science fiction, far-off future stuff. That 100%, that represents peak search interest for AI agents on Google Trends. I mean, the hype is absolutely real. And pretty much all the industry analysts agree. 2025 is going to be the breakout year. The year companies go from just dipping their toes in the water to diving in head first.
All right, so here's our game plan. We'll start with AI's new digital workforce. Then we'll dive into the engine room to see what's making this all possible. After that, we'll look at agents on the job, weigh the promise and the peril, and finally look ahead to the coming agent economy.
Okay, so first up, the engine room. You might be asking what's actually making this possible right now. I mean, why the sudden explosion of interest? Well, it's not just one thing. It's really about two critical layers finally clicking into place. You've got the organizational side, and then you've got the tech breakthroughs.
So on the business side of things, McKinsey lays out these four critical pieces. And this is key. You can't just plug in the tech and expect magic to happen. It's about a cultural shift, getting people to actually work with these agents. It's about setting up clear rules of the road for them, governance. You need the right kind of tech architecture, what they're calling an agent mesh. And maybe most important of all, you need good, clean data to feed these things. Garbage in, garbage out, right?
Now for the fun part, the tech stack. Think of this like a recipe. The large language model, your GPT or Gemini, that's the brain. It does the reasoning. But a brain needs memory, right? It needs context. That's where RAG and vector databases come in. They're like the agent's personal library, connecting that brain to all of your company's private info, securely. Then you have orchestration frameworks, which are like the project manager, breaking down a big goal into smaller tasks. And finally, open standards. That's just to make sure all these different agents can talk to each other without any issues. It's all these pieces working together that makes an agent truly powerful.
Okay, so that's the theory. But let's get to the proof. How does this all translate into real-world impact? Because, theory is great and all, but companies are already putting these agents to work, and believe me, they are seeing some massive returns. And just look at how diverse these applications are. It's not just one industry. You've got IBM on track to save billions by automating internal stuff like HR and IT support. You've got HPE building networks that can literally fix themselves. They're calling them self-driving networks. In finance, an AI analyst from Auditoria.ai is making forecasting 3 to 5 times faster. And then you have a cruise line. Virgin Voyages has already rolled out more than 50 specialized agents to help run their ships. It's happening everywhere.
Customer service is where this gets really interesting. Zendesk says their new autonomous agent can handle 80% of support issues without a human ever getting involved. But here's the kicker. It's not just about cutting costs, it's actually boosting customer satisfaction by up to 10 points. Why? Because customers get answers faster, and your human support team gets to focus on the really tough problems where they add the most value.
And this chart, wow. This shows you the impact on the bottom line in a huge way. Verizon gave their customer service teams an AI assistant, and look what happened. They saw a nearly 40% jump in sales coming from those very same teams. This is so important. The agent isn't just a cost cutter, it's a revenue generator.
Okay, but it's not all sunshine and rainbows. Of course not. Like with any powerful new tech, you have to navigate this landscape of incredible promise and some pretty significant risks.
And this really lays out the two sides of the coin, doesn't it? On the one hand, you have these massive pros: better efficiency, lower costs, improved accuracy, a 24/7 customer experience. I mean, the upside is huge. But on the other hand, you got some serious cons. Integrating these things into your existing systems, super complex. The security and privacy risks of giving them access to data, very real. And yeah, the initial cost can be high. But the big one is trust, that whole hallucination problem. Can you actually rely on what they tell you?
And look, this isn't just a theoretical problem. This actually happened. A major consulting firm used an AI agent that literally just made up quotes for government report, completely fabricated them. They had to issue a refund of almost 300 grand. It's a pretty stark and expensive reminder that if you're going to give these agents more freedom, you better build in some serious human oversight and accountability.
So, where does this all go from here? Let's take a look at the big trends that are shaping the future, because the scale of this transformation is, well, it's just getting started.
You know the old saying, follow the money? Well, get a load of this number. $1.3 trillion. That's what IDC is forecasting for enterprise spending on this stuff by 2029. We are so far past this being a niche tool. This is on its way to becoming a central pillar of how companies spend their tech dollars.
And the vision is getting bigger, too. We're moving away from just single-task agents. The future is about teams of agents, collaborative ecosystems. Imagine a procurement agent, a finance agent, and a logistics agent all working together to manage a supply chain. And the really cool part, with no-code platforms popping up, you won't need to be a developer to build one. This is getting democratized fast. And this, right here, this might be the most important takeaway of all. The vision that's winning out isn't about replacing people, it's about augmenting them. It's about creating these hybrid teams of humans and agents working together. Microsoft has a great term for it, digital colleagues. The idea is that we humans focus on the stuff we're great at, strategy, creativity, making those tough judgment calls, while our digital colleagues handle all the heavy lifting, the data crunching, and the routine tasks. Which brings us to the final, and maybe the most crucial question for all of us. The agent economy is coming. That's a fact. These digital colleagues are clocking in, and they are absolutely going to reshape jobs and what we do all day. So the question for every single one of us isn't if this is happening, it's, are you getting ready to collaborate with them? Or are you going to be forced to compete?